Hello, welcome. My name is Korken. This is my first video in English for the channel. This is the BBJ Draft League that I'm participating now. This is a Wi-Fi based Pokemon League, Draft Pokemon League. And here's my team for you to know. We are the Smallville Smolivs because I have my wife that did a really cool logo, so I wanted to just show off it a bit. So I'm going to explain my drafting decisions and why I get this and that in the team. So let's begin with. I'm going with the first part. This is the first draft I made for a Wifi league, and my thought process was, well, I'm a really weather enjoyer, let's say. So I wanted to play something like sun, something like storm or something like that, hail, I mean, sandstorm or anything, but I decided for rain because I'm playing another league and I'm playing already sun and I don't want to play twice the same thing, and I wanted something that is completely the opposite. So I decided this, and also sandstorm and hail are not that viable in this generation as a full archetype, let's say. So I'm going with this, and I thought, well, I want to play this thing that goes from 0 to hero, the Palafin, but I couldn't get it because I'm 7th in the drafting order. So I got my Iron Bundle, and I was almost certain to get both of my mons, so I got Iron Bundle and Periper for a boosted Iron Pump in the rain. So that's my first thought process. Also, Iron Bundle is really cool having a rain team, because if you have someone that wants to wall you with another water type, you can freeze dry them and just ignore the water resistance, and mostly you are super fast with Iron Bundle. I like the coverage of this mon, even though it's very obvious mostly generally. So this is my first choice. I wanted a strong offensive core, so I decided from these two, and also I then came to the idea, if I'm playing rain, I can protect my King Gambit if I have one. So I got it on the next part of the draft. King Gambit is super cool. It has Defiant, it has Supreme Overlord. Both abilities are insane and can help you deal lots of damage, like tons of damage, let's say. And also, if I'm playing a very aggressive archetype, I can trade mons into the late game for the King Gambit to have a really strong base move. That's really important. Also, the base stat for this mon are not in this world. And then I went for a more defensive option. I wanted to have some kind of pivot, and I thought, well, I want my rocks because I don't want to rely on King Gambit for the rocks. Also, I want to pivot sometimes. So I got my favorite mon from the adventure, the Clod Sire. It's really cool. I like it. And this is a mon that it's an earth type, so it's weak to water, so that's bad for my rain team, but also it has water absorb, so is it really weak to water? I don't think so. Also has an aware for some matchups that could be useful. Can stall anything, can be physical, special wall, I don't know. It has a really good offensive typing and defensive as well. It's poison ground, I think is one of my favorite combination of types. And also one of my favorite mons from all time is Clod Size, so I wanted to have something like that. Okay, continue with this. I got my Terra Captain, my Kilowatt. The moment I picked this thing, I knew it was going to be my Terra Captain because I want to launch those boosted powerful hurricanes in rain. So this thing has the flying and the ice typing just for coverage. I think it's enough for me to have electric, flying and ice in this mon. It's really fast, insanely fast. It's faster than Meowscarada, faster than most things that are involved in the meta. So it can pivot with Pulse Switch, with anything. You can pair it up with specs, and you don't need anything like to make it fast. You probably won't play Scarf, mostly heavy looting specs or life form. I think those are my most will be my most common sets, I think. And I really like to throw Hurricanes and Thunder in the rain because I think there's no switching to this, at least not to twice to this. So that's my second or third one, let's say, because King Gambit was completely an offensive option. My second offensive mon of the team. So I then went for the second part of my defensive core. I got my Among Us, and I know Among Us and Cloud share a weakness to Psychic, I know it, but I think also that if you want to press a Psychic button, let's say send headbutt anything against a King Gambit, and risk me switching in for free and going for something that will hurt your mon, and probably I won't die to anything you are going to throw to me, I'm fine with that. So I think these are really good with each other. I think that's cool for me. I don't think having a weakness to Psychic is something I will suffer that much, because there are not that good Psychic options in this game right now. But let's see, I think it's good. So let's go for the second part of the draft. The last months I picked 11 months. We had like a budget, I got to pick 11 out of, I think it was from 9 to 11 that you could pick, but I took just the most I could, because I mostly took mons that are not that high in value. Since I have to pick penny per second, most of the top price mons were gone. And that's okay for me. I think I'm good for my team. So next one is Hatterene. Hatterene is really cool because my team has a double hazard weakness in Stealth Rock. I like to have the possibility to have that magic bounce and at least bait the magic bounce in my team preview. You don't throw Stealth Rocks that fast against this team. Also, as I've said, I have some psychic things in both my walls, so having a psychic type to resist and a bulky one is really good for me. It has some sort of type defensive like Healing Wish that I'm really looking forward to use, because this thing can heal up completely my Kilowatt or my Iron Bundle that might suffer from the chip from the other teams. So I'm really enthusiastic to see it, and that's my whole reasoning. Next one is Komala, same thing, mostly like Hatterene. It can spin away the rocks, that's the main utility. It also has good coverage, it has a slow U-turn. You can play it as a really nice defensive option and have a nice turn, double turn like ball switch, U-turn in your team. Having rain offense is really good. Then I got my Lokix, because first of all I like this one, I really want to use Lokix. I've been using Lokix in the OU ladder a lot and I want to play it. Tinted Lens, it's a no switch ability, like you can't switch anything into first impression, you can switch anything into a knockoff that easily. I mean not knockoff, how is it called? I don't know, I can't remember the name of the ability, but also it's a U-turn pivot. It gives me priority. I didn't have it yet in this team. I didn't have anything with priority in Sucker Punch and First Impression. It's a really good mon. Water helps it somehow to survive, and also it's another dark type, so I can have a double pivot in Psychic. I have the option to play around it, and I really like that actually. Then it's my Rain Sweeper. Now I think Dren was the best option because it gives me the physical option, the physical offensive option. I have mostly special mons. I have Iron Bundle, I have how is it called, this one? Kilowatt as my fast offensive mon, so I wanted something that could provide a fast physical option. It's pretty easy to get it. Swift Swim into Stone Age, into Liquidation, into anything that you want. It would be nice if this thing got Wave Crash, but it will be a bit broken, I think. Yeah, might be. So that's not the case, but the coverage it has, it's enough to make it a really good mod. Then I have my last pick, and I had some points. There were a lot of things left there, so I picked the Fire type because Tauros from Paldea is a good defensive option into some things. It has access to bulk up, body press, it has Will-O-Wisp. It's a really good physical wall. You can pair it up with a Soul Vest and be that bulky. It has Intimidate. I like the Intimidate into this team. It has also the ability to break screens. I think it's overall a good mon. It has no recovery. It's okay. But I think I will bring it in a few matchups. I think it's good for some type of Pokemon, but not all of them. So it's just like something to cover for my other things in my team. So yeah, that's my draft. We're Smallvillle Smolivs, and I'm looking forward to play the league. I have my first match actually today in a couple hours, I have already my team looking into the online competition, so next week you will get to see how it goes. So thank you for watching and see you next time.